and the magic that came from all of these micro movements that you were working me through, that on the surface did not seem like they could be anything, but that helped me to release so much emotion that I had been storing in my body for years and years and years that I wasn't even aware of. It just felt like a dense energy that I couldn't quite place. And we all know emotion is dense energy within the body when it's not moving and when it's not released. So during this session, you had me work through some movements in my arm and my hands. And I remember just totally breaking down in emotion. And first off, it's hard to do that. And it can be really hard to do that with a total stranger for the most part. Like, I know we had connected and I felt this very beautiful energy from you. But what was really sacred about this, not only was the release of the emotion, but was the energy that you held for me. And it felt safe and like I could be vulnerable and I could be whatever that hurt person was during this. And you were so perceptive and so in tune with my needs in that moment, which I don't know if I could have been at that time because there was a lot happening and a lot for me to process. And so you actually paused us in the middle of those arm movements and brought me into some leg work, I believe, and gave us a break and let the emotion be there, let my body kind of process through what that felt like. And we moved on to some legs and we relaxed a little bit of my lower back. And when we came back to the arm, it was like this breath of fresh air of like, oh my gosh, so much has moved and now I can do a little bit more here. And so you were so aware of that. You were so in tune with what my body needed in that moment, even though it was over Zoom, which was so powerful because you don't think that that's going to be as powerful of a connection as you're going to have, but you knew every single time when my body needed a little bit of an adjustment or when I needed a little bit of a break. And so that first experience together, I probably have been rambling on about it now for a second, but was so powerful because I got to see what my body did when it relaxed, when it wasn't contracted. And we go through, and why I think this is so powerful, and we'll kind of go through a little bit more of how this has shown up, but we go through our lives feeling like contraction in our body is normal. And we've normalized pain. We've normalized, shoulder hurts and back pain and, oh, I'm just getting older. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. It's not, and it's not normal. It is something that is trying to get your attention. And you have such a beautiful way of shining a flashlight on it, of saying, hey, there's something here for you. Let's take a look. Let's do something about it together. And so that was how it really showed up for me the first time we worked together.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, I remember that. And the thing that you just said that's so great is that giving you that little bit of space and that break to actually process is really important. And I think that sometimes, especially when you're doing different kinds of emotional work or trauma work or even body work, we could relate this to massage. Somebody finds a knot or some pain somewhere and it's like, oh, let's go deeper into that. Let's like poke that. And in somatics, it's very different. We actually handle that very delicately and we actually do less. And we, going to a different area of the body, it's not that we stopped working with your arm. Your arm is connected to your leg.
Mm-hmm.
It's connected by way of the center of your body. And so as we go to a different side of your body or a different area of your body, we're still connected to that space that we were just working with. In fact, now we're starting to integrate those spaces, which means that we're starting to integrate your brain, right? So we're starting to work with your whole body, your whole being, instead of kind of like focusing in on one area and getting really like caught up in that one thing. We start to spread the energy and move the energy throughout your body. And I know that that's part of what you're describing and what you've experienced, because it's really some of the fundamental principles of this work.